Hello everyone, welcome to Emerge IAS Mains Answer Writing Program, Day 8. Today our question is from GS Paper 2. The question is here, integrated water management in India has never been more relevant than it's today. That means, and elaborate. This question is for 200 words and for 12.5 marks. See the question here, integrated water management in India has never been more relevant than it's today. That means the integrated what is the need for an integrated water management in current situation of India. So here the question demand us to elaborate about the current water crisis or the current water level of India and what are the problems that are going in the water management in India. We have to explain about that. That's how we can able to tell them that how it's relevant today. And here they want us to elaborate. So everyone while going through this answer will started writing all the measures to overcome this situation. But here the need of the question is not to suggest some measures, but also you can suggest some measures in the conclusion part, but you have to describe or you have to elaborate about the current water crisis and what are the problems related to water management in India on the present. So we have to explain about the present situation here. And this question is about 200 words. Suppose we are mentioning all the measures to overcome this situation, it will exceed the word limit. So try to include all the points that are related to the current crisis. Then at the conclusion part only we had to suggest some measures to overcome this. And here moving into the introduction part. The introduction part must contain the crisp of the water level or the water crisis that India had and what the government's view on that. Here see this, water is the top of the government agenda, development agenda of government, as the water crisis in India is going to be uncontrollable because here in the introduction, the first line of the introduction itself I have mentioned that the government is undertaking the water management or water is a top of development agenda, because apart from the developments of science and technology or anything other, the water is at the top of development agenda. We have to focus on the water management because the current water crisis in India is going to be uncontrollable. And for this purpose in 2019-20 budget, even our finance minister and prime minister have called for an Jan Andolan, which is means people's movement. Along the lines of Swachh Bharat mission, the Prime Minister emphasized that Jal Sanchay, that is water collection and conservation. Water collection and the conservation. And also Pradhan Mantri said that without Jal Sanchay, that is water collection and conservation is not possible without Jan Shakti. Jan Shakti, that means the people's power. Or he called the people to participate or a community participation in water conservation. That is the need of the time. So everyone had to take the water security as business. So water security to be a business of everyone, then only we will be able to conserve the water and we will be able to resolve this current water crisis in India and we will be able to meet the future needs of India. And the next point is the constitution of Jal Shakti Mantralaya was the bold step towards the consolidation of the management of water resources in the delivery of drinking water, sanitation as well as safe and adequate piped water level. So the Jal Shakti Mantralaya, that is the government has been the constitution of new Jal Shakti Mantralaya. This is a bold institutional step, has integrated the erstwhile Ministry of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation. Ministry of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation with the Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation. Both of these ministries were combined together and a new ministry called Jal Shakti Mantralaya was formed. And this is a single new ministry that is focused only on water, and this is a major step towards the consolidation of management of water resources with the delivery of drinking water and sanitation as well as the thrust toward the goal of providing safe and adequate piped water supply for all household. And also we are government have a goal of providing all the rural household with piped water connection by 2024. That is a main agenda that is running under the Jal Shakti Mantralaya currently. And that is about the introduction part, and you can also some other points to the introduction. And we are next moving into the body part of this question. In the body part we have to describe about what is the current situation, and we have to mention what are the problems going on in India currently. The first one, India is entering water crisis territory, with some estimates indicates that by 2030 water demand will be double as of now. So see here, it will be doubled as of now. Now itself, many places there are serious water crisis, and people were not able to get the proper water for even for the sanitation purpose and drinking water purpose. And one place of the country is flooded with water, and some other parts of the country is searching for water for kilometers, and they are not getting proper or adequate supply of water. And see here, by 2030, if the current trend continues, by 2030 there will be a demand of water that will be double of the current situation. Think of that. Now itself we are not able to provide the water for many people, and what it gets double in 2030. So within 2030 we have to develop, or we have to conserve water as much as possible. And the next point is, if the current trend persists, by 2050 there will be economic losses of an estimated 6% of the GDP. See, not only the water crisis, the economic losses will be happen, because the government have to provide the water to everyone because of the basic need. And by 2050, the current trend continues, there will be 6% of loss in our GDP. 6% of our GDP will be lost due to this water crisis. And the next thing is, in the recent satellite data shows that major cities like Chennai, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, New Delhi are completely running out of the groundwater. See, the major cities of India, the Chennai, Bengaluru, Hyderabad and New Delhi are some important cities of India and important industrial hub, and they are completely running out of groundwater, and it is a very serious cause, and we have to preserve groundwater. And the next thing is, how can we preserve the groundwater? By groundwater recharge or something like that. And then inefficiencies in rainwater storage and grey water treatment. What is rainwater storage? The government is emphasizing on rainwater storage at many levels. Even the state governments or the central government is emphasizing through many schemes and all. But the rainwater storage is not adequate in India. Only 8% of India's annual rainfall is captured. And the grey water treatment that generally means the reuse of the water. We have to treat the reuse of the water. Once used, we have to collect the wastewater or the grey water, then we have to treat it in the plants and then reuse it. And inefficiency in such facilities like rainwater storage or grey water treatment led India to such a situation. Currently only 8% of the annual rainfall is captured, that I mentioned above. Annual rainfall is captured, and are among the lowest in the world. We are among the lowest in the world, because every country is forward looking to conserve the rainwater, but now we are lowest among the country. And for example, in Israel, they are reusing 100% of the wastewater, 100% of the grey water they are reusing, because of the water crisis persists in the Israel. But now we have to focus, and now itself we start doing grey water treatment or reuse of the wastewater, then only we will be able to overcome this situation in future, or by the 2030 or by 2050 itself. Then the next point is lack of maintenance of existing infrastructure. Existing infrastructure means, especially in urban areas, the piped water connection of urban areas are with poor maintenance, and this poor maintenance also causes the water loss, and it leads the water loss to be a severe end. And because the pipes and all are not maintained well, and there will be a huge amount of water loss. And the next thing is, only 18 to 20% of rural household in India have piped water supply, especially to the rural house. When we come to the urban areas, there is mostly 60 to 70% of urban areas are they had piped water connection in their household. But when we comes to the rural areas, there is only 18 to 20%. think the India, the most of the population were living in the rural areas, but there most of the population relies on some other means for water other than the piped water supply. That's why government is emphasizing on piped water connection to all rural household within 2024. Then that's all about the body part. In the body part itself, we have mentioned the current situation. We have clearly explained all the situation and what's happening on India currently with reference to the water crisis. And the next point we are adding here is the need of the moment. And finally, before the conclusion stage itself, we have to explain some measures. We have to give some measures and what are the ways to overcome this situation as soon as possible. Here the points are: promote decentralized but integrated water resource management. There should be a decentralized and integrated water management. Here the decentralization, which mentions of the community level participation or the local and regional level coordination for water management. And another thing is integrated water resource management. Integrated water resources management means we have to have a only body or only ministry, that now we have that Jal Shakti Mantralaya, something like that, and we every crisis will be mentioned under this Jal Shakti ministry, and there will be no overlapping of rules and responsibility. There will be no overlapping of roles and responsibility. That's what that's what we can understand from an integrated water resource management and service delivery. Hence we are giving some measures to overcome this situation, that is source sustainability. Source sustainability is an important thing. What is source sustainability? That means or rivers or lakes or ponds, etc. These are the sources of water, the natural sources of water. We have to have a sustainable sources. That are also rainwater, because we have to maintain or store the water as much as possible, and we have to maintain these sources. Then the next thing is local infrastructural project. Local infrastructural projects means that a creation of ponds or small lakes, artificial lakes, etc., and conservation of creation of artificial wetlands or something else. And the community participation is an important thing, because the government can't do everything alone, because people have to participate. Only when people actively participate in conserving the water, then only we will be able to meet our water needs. And the next thing is micro irrigation, our irrigation facilities. And irrigation consumes more water, so we have to move to less water intensive crops, and we have to follow micro irrigation system. Apart from large irrigation system, we have to focus on micro irrigation, that includes the drip irrigation or something. Through these ways we can also conserve water as much. Then there's water storage, reuse and conservation. That's an important thing. Water storage includes the rainwater harvesting, which is an important thing we have to focus on. In the earlier point I mentioned that only 8% of India's annual rainfall is stored, right? We have to make it at least 50%. Then only we can also, through this step, we can able to control the floods, and also we can able to retain the groundwater level and etc. Then see, the next thing is raising awareness. We have to raise awareness, and we have to change the conception of people about the water. Then only we will be able to achieve these goals. And the next thing is wetland conservation. Yes, wetland conservation is an important thing when it comes to the rainwater harvest or the water conservation, because wetlands are able to hold much water in them. And nowadays there is a trend of converting the wetlands for some other uses, but we have to focus on wetland conservation. Then the next thing is the conclusion part. In the conclusion part, I am concluding like to achieve the goal of piped water connection to all rural household by 2024. That is a goal of our government currently, and to bring a permanent and positive solution. We have to bring a permanent solution for water conservation. We have to adopt a permanent plan, a permanent management system in India with related to water management. And to address the water needs, the government should have a holistic plan for integrated water management. We have to have an integrated water management And to make water security everyone's business, every citizen or every people have to contribute to water conservation. They have to be a part of water conservation. So this all about this answer. And that thing, the water security should become everyone's business. That's what our prime minister also insists, that without Jan Shakti, you have to mention this point. Without Jan Shakti, Jal Sanchay is not possible. That is, without people's power, water collection and conservation is not possible in India. An important thing is raising awareness and changing perception on water also needs to be an important priority of the people. And even today, water is regarded as an infinite resource, but it's not like that. It's a finite resource. We have to preserve our water, and people are abundantly wasting the water in many parts of the country, while others suffered drought-like conditions. Behavior change, communication initiatives for both internal and external stakeholders will be critical in changing attitude towards water of the people. And all stakeholders from state governments to citizens must to be taken to board, and a national consensus will have to be built. That's what the need of the heart. And we also have to try to create an army of grassroots levels. That the thing that we done for Swachh Bharat mission, we created such army. That's how we able to attain the goal of Swachh Bharat mission. So like that, we also have to create an army at grassroots level for water conservation also. Then that's all about this question. So the measures to overcome this question will be only few you have to add, because we have to explain about the current situation. Then only at the final stage we have to explain some measures. And that's all about question. If you have any doubt, please ask me in the comment section. And okay guys, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and click the bell icon. Okay then, see you tomorrow. Bye.